Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of the Gaffcast. It's a great pleasure. I'd like to welcome on the podcast today comedian and actor Shane Daniel Byrne.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the podcast, Shane. How are you?
I'm good. Well done. And he recorded the intro without pressing record, and I thought that's what was happening.
See, I'm at a lower level than you. I don't have everyone doing everything.
Okay, yeah. Fair. Look, you're doing it all yourself.
You're doing it all myself. This is a very DIY job. I had to connect the mics, had to set up the camera. You have everyone doing that for you.
You have me in your home. I feel I don't like going to people's houses normally.
It's a nice house, though.
It is a nice house. I have complimented it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't like going to people. I feel like I'm too...
But it brings an authentic feel to the podcast.
Yes, it's homey.
It's just two mates chatting in the
yes.
kitchen. So it's like an afters.
Except we're not mad out of it.
We're not mad out of it.
Or are we?
Or are we? That's what you never know. I always say, so I'm living in... Well, I'm not going to give my air code, but like I'm living in air code Cabra, Phibsborough area, but I always just say like, oh, Phibsborough.
You say Phibsborough for where you live?
Yeah. Sounds trendier. And then people get here and they're like, this is Cabra. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, my address is Harold's Cross, but then the map says Rathmines.
Oh, yeah.
It's a curse for taxi drivers sometimes.
Why?
Because if you do a free now, then they're like, and you go, yes, just over, I was going to say exactly where I lived. You tell them where you lived, and then they go, Rathmines, and you go, well, it's Harold's Cross, and they go, says Rathmines here, and you're like, yeah, I know that, but I promise you, don't go to Rathmines, basically.
That's the same as in Cavan, when you'd be getting a taxi home from Cavan. I live in the middle of nowhere in Cavan, and you'd be getting a taxi home, and you'd be like, oh, there's this pub called the Tank Bar, and they know that, and then I'd be like, but I'm like 5 miles past that.
Oh, yeah.
So then I go to the Tank, and the taxi be driving home, and he'd be like, oh, just a little bit down here, just a little bit
5
further.
miles.
Like, how fucking far is it down this fucking road?
I don't know how you live in the middle of nowhere with that taxi situation. I once got trapped, even in Lahinch. I was in Lahinch and trying to get home to the place we were staying was just hellish. Yeah. And did you have those shared taxis?
Yeah, just it's like a little mini bus rammed with people trying to get home.
Yeah, and everyone's talking shite.
Everyone's talking shit. It's like the walking. If you've seen like, have you ever been out there in the country like much?
Not so much Cavan, but I've been in every county in Ireland. I've been all over. Yeah, just about.
What were you doing in Cavan? Do you remember? Passing through.
Is Coot Hill in Cavan?
It is in Cavan.
I had drinks in a lovely pub in Coot Hill, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's mad. What took you there?
I don't know what I was doing. Just I think we're just hanging around.
Just a normal Tuesday evening.
No, a little weekend trip. But I was more Monaghan. I was based. But I want to do a show. I'm talking about doing a show in Cavan this year. I haven't done a solo show in Cavan this year.
Oh, you should. Yeah, there's the Rammer Theatre is really nice, and then the Cavan Town Hall.
I feel like people in Cavan is good crack.
Cavan is good crack. Yeah,
I feel like it's its own world. Anytime I've met anyone from Cavan, they seem to be good fun.
Point Exhibit A.
Yeah,
Exhibit A right here.
Kind of.
It is really good, and we have one thing Cavan has is like really nice restaurants.
Really?
Even Cavan Town has like some of the best restaurants ever. Like apart from that, like it's the town might be lacking slightly, but nice food and stuff. Yeah, so
I'll give Cavan a spin. No, I'd like to go. I just always feel like it's a friend of mine, Manus, is from Cavan. Baileyborough, he's from.
Oh, Baileyborough, okay, yeah. It's a big county. It's like in the shape of like a leg of chicken. You ever see that?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Just so you know.
And Baileyborough used to make there used to be a foundry of some kind, metal.
Did they?
Yeah, because sometimes even in Dublin, you go around and you look at the manhole covers, they say Baileyborough on them.
Oh, really?
I believe it's now closed.
Oh, see, that's the type of information that people tune into this podcast for.
Yeah, I like a little dad information. I like a little dad info.
Where are you actually from?
I'm from Dublin.
Yeah.
I live in Harold's Cross now. I'm also from Harold's Cross, which is a rare thing to be from.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are from there. I'm Dublin City. My parents are Dublin. Their parents are Dublin.
Dublin hardcore. But Harold's Cross is like kind of, it's south side, isn't it?
It's south side, yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of like a north side, like demeanor or like an accent or something.
I don't know. Well, it's not. You're not. So you think because you're blowing in these parts, you think that north side, south side. Well, I remember when I was a kid, I joined the youth theatre, and there were loads of people from the north side. They were the first people I was hanging around with from the north side, and they were like, "Oh my God, you're so posh! You're from the south side." And these are people from Clontarf and Sutton who were like rich millionaires, and they were like, "Oh my God," they thought I was really posh, and I was like, "No, you are. You actually are."
Yeah. See, in my head, I'm thinking
it's not black and white. This north and south thing. None of it is. Yeah. None of these things are.
Yeah, but then isn't like Fatima is like south side, isn't it? But everyone says it's like more north side and stuff.
Yeah, see, I don't go in for all that.
Yeah, well,
that's culture.
That is a very culture take of Dublin. But I also cultures in Dublin now as well. I don't know if you notice this. They always stay around like this area, Drumcondra.
I think Drumcondra is the famous space where people used to live.
They just get that far and they don't like progress anymore. They just kind of nest around there.
Years ago, House Cross would have been students lived there in flats, little houses done up into flats, and now people buy them because they became nice again and take away the flats. But I don't know. I just think you have an all interesting life. People who move to Dublin used to have a just different life than me. I'm always intrigued of like figuring it out.
Yeah.
I've just always lived where I'm from.
Oh, yeah.
And now I actually live, again, now as an adult, I actually live
in the same
5 minutes from my parents' house.
Like, I go home a good bit in that. Like, a lot of culture people would do that. They go home, like, every weekend and stuff, especially when they're in college. Like,
and with the washing?
Yeah, that was actually... and your mother giving you a load of shopping as well.
Oh, yeah, that's
I remember, like,
stuff.
had a load of shopping, and my cousins were like, oh, yeah, because they obviously don't have any shops in Dublin, like. My mother would stock me up, like.
Well, she needs to know that you're being fed.
And even when I'd be coming up now back to Dublin, like if I go home, she'd be like, "Oh, bring that steak in the fridge there that's left there with you, or bring that mince with you."
Yeah,
it's just like
mince up on the bus with a bag of mince.
Yeah, there'd be like a bag of mince in the thing, and she'd be like, "Oh, she had chicken curry cooked," and she'd be like, "Oh, bring that curry back with you." As well.
What's she do?
She's a nurse.
Oh,
my mom's a
job.
nurse. Yeah, she loves looking after people and stuff. So. Yeah, she just loves that kind of crack. But I should say, I know you're a comedian, but recently you were was that your acting debut?
Screen debut, yeah, pretty much. These Sacred Vows on RTE, yeah. Yeah, it was really, do you know, it was the sweetest gig. When I got it, I sent you send in these tapes. Do you ever get asked for them?
No.
Oh, okay. Can work on that. Oh, yeah. So they ask you to send in a tape, and if you're a comedian, usually the tapes, your auditioning tapes are like, for one line in a a man who works in shop, this kind of thing, but there's something funny in the scene. We want comedy for this. That's what they say. And this was much bigger, and I sent off my tapes usually take 40 seconds. This was like 3-minute long tape, a full scene, and I sent it off and thought nothing of it. And then just Christmas week, they said, "We're giving it to you," which was mad because there wasn't even like a second audition like that, and or no in-person audition, which is nuts. And I was so excited. I was so thrilled to get it. I was like, I can't believe it. So thrilled. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm going away next year. It was suddenly occurred to me because they filmed in Tenerife. So I was like, all of a sudden then going, oh my God, I'm going to go move to Tenerife basically. Yeah. So I was there for like 2.5 months or something.
Were you there for that long?
Mm-hmm. And they were really good. They let me come back and do shows and everything.
Yeah.
So I did a mix, but it was deadly. I loved doing it. I thought, right, when you be an actor, like, because I used to do plays years ago, and like that's like really live, and stand up is live, whereas I thought acting on camera would be very strict or something.
Yeah.
But actually, it's really loose. That particular production was, and you can be like you forget that other people are in the scene, and they will say things in a way that you didn't think they might, and then you have to respond to that. So you do make decisions and all. It is kind of, it's more like a live performance.
I have heard that before from an actor that what is that screen acting? What do you call the movie type of acting?
Screen.
Yeah, so the drama. Yeah, screen acting is way looser. They said. They said the theatre is way more regimented.
But it can be. Theatre, I think, sometimes can be like they follow the beats exactly, and you stand this way and move this way, and your left foot goes this way.
Yeah, and did you just like basically throw your hand at that, or had you done acting previously?
I'd done things before. I used to do theatre that was like not like traditional plays of a story about a farm or whatever. I used to do like contemporary, like live art, like performance art stuff. That's what I used to do years ago. I did like
contemporary dance.
I did like paint the bits of my body I didn't like and took off all my clothes.
Was that in school?
No, not in school. As in my 20s, I did things like in a Dublin Fringe Festival, stuff like that.
In secondary school. So you did that in Dublin Fringe show?
Yeah. It was terrible. The show was terrible. The show was terrible. It was a mistake. I made mistakes.
Yeah, but did you paint it yourself?
Yeah, that wasn't the whole thing. There was a whole show around it about like food and bodies and all that kind of thing, but that was part of it.
That's a very fringy show.
Yeah, it was a very fringy show. And like I have regret, maybe that show did turn out to be rubbish, and that's on me. That's on me. I made it. It was bad. Yeah. But I think all that stuff is useful Any job, any other work you do, I believe in that thing of it leads. You take something from everything.
Yeah.
And you bring it with you.
I hope that. Anyway, especially like if that was that awkward. Like, was it like bad on set? Was it? Like,
I mean, there was good bits. People enjoyed it. But people were kind of like, it wasn't like, it wasn't shit. People were like, okay, well, I see what you were attempting, but it failed. And and people are more accommodating of that than like, it wasn't arrogant or anything. People were like, well, it was, and it wasn't overly pretentious. People were like, oh, well, you were going for something, but you didn't quite achieve it.
Yeah,
I think that's easier to manage.
I think stuff like that is like, it's just like even a bad gig or that kind of stands to you.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. The bad gigs, like you have to, like, you know what I like? I like when everyone does bad.
Oh, that's
you know when you're doing a club and then you all do shit and it's like, oh God, this was, and it's kind of not your fault when it's like there's a weird vibe or it's like it's too early in the day or whatever it is. There was one I did before that was like, there was like 6 of us on and it was at 5 p.m. and it was for like a workplace. And it was so crap, and everyone did crap, and they were all shy to laugh in front of each other about, like, you know, because they're work colleagues. They didn't really want to be there, and they were just wanted to have their drinks. Like, so they saw the comedy before, but like everyone just tanked, and that was. I just think you have such a great buzz then after when you all like go those shit gigs in some crap place, and everyone then like it's the joy of that.
Yeah, but the worst is when you're at a gig and you do shy, and then you leave, and then you like text. Maybe text a comedian who was like,
oh yeah, and they smashed.
How'd you get on there after? Oh, I absolutely smashed it. And you're like, nice.
Yeah.
Then it's all your fault. Or they could just be lying. Or if the worst thing ever, if you bomb, like, and then you stay around and like the next comedian gets on and you watch them ripping it, then you're like, I'm gonna leave now.
I hosted once and I'm not like particularly good MC. I'll do it the odd time. And I can't do that chat. I can't do like, what do you do? I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
And Fiona Frawley I introduced her and she went up after me and I saw her, I've seen her before where someone is a bad host and Fiona gets up to start her set and she'll do a couple of minutes warming up the crowd a little bit and then she'll get onto her set. And I saw her do that after me and I was like, oh God, it was humiliating. I was like, I know what she's doing. So I'm doing this long enough that I know. And it was like, oh God. She was like, oh, I knew that in her head. She went, okay, Shane's not doing great here. So I'll just do a couple of minutes chatting to the audience and then I'll get on with it. Oh yuck.
Yeah, that's so painful. Yuck. That's also the same as if like, you're told when you're hosting, if the act kills, keep it rolling.
Yes.
So bring the next act on.
Yes.
We see the host getting up and going, hey, I didn't chat to you over here. And because they're like going, right, after a few minutes.
That is a curse for MCs, right? If you're the host, it is cruel sometimes where you'll lose stage time. You won't get to be up there very long. But you have to be willing to take that hit.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they'll be like, yeah, that thing exactly where someone's doing great and the audience are like loving it. And rather than go straight in, they do like, now who else haven't we talked to? And then there's like 10 people and the energy sucked out of them.
That's the word. That's bad.
It's bad hosting, but I understand where it's coming from because it's so tempting because they're like, well, if I bring them on, then I don't get to do any jokes, I don't get to do any crack. But that is the cross you have to bear.
Because I was told
take the hit, like
I was told that it was like your job's not, if you're the host, you're not supposed to be the funniest there. Like you're supposed to have the crack. If someone kills, keep it rolling. And if someone does shit or bombs, and then there's nothing worse than someone bombs as well, and then they bring you straight on after. And next up, like Darren Gaffney, and like someone's after making like some weird jokes about I don't know what, like fucking something really dark, murder,
racist or something,
racist or murder or rape or something, and they're like, anyway, Darren Gaffney on stage, and you go up, hey, I'm Darren Gaffney from Cav, and they're like already thinking about leaving the gig, like
yeah.
But it's a tough game. I think the gigs. What was the worst gig you've ever had when you started out? Do you remember any really bad ones?
The very early one, I remember I had the first time I did bad, and it was just like I didn't know that sometimes comedy is nearly like exclusively the audience is tourists. And I was doing like very Irish stuff and they didn't know what I was saying. And it was very early on that I was like, I'm going to do new stuff tonight. Before I knew that you're supposed to work on the same stuff for ages. I was like, I'll do a bit of new stuff. I'll try these out. And I forget any of the jokes, but nothing went well. And there's a comedian, she's London based now, Maurice Gaunt. She was like, after I came off and I was like, what the fuck? And she was like, oh no, it's fine. It's like that most of the time. And I thought that was funny. Like obviously not most of the time, but I thought that was funny. But like, yeah, really tanking it and just kind of like, do you know what I find hard? Going to England, I find for some reason I psych myself out. Like if I do my solo show in England, not so bad. But if I do like clubs in England, I cite myself, I'm like, they won't like me. They don't know in here. I don't know what that is. I need to work on it because I gigged in Newcastle, and the first day, there was 2 nights, and the first night I just was rubbish. And I was like, I had like where like fully bad, like you say punchlines that are normally hits that you know of. And it was like nothing, silence. And I just was like, I can't believe this. And there was comedians I liked on the bill, and I was like, it was the first time seeing me. And I was like, oh God. Yeah. But that is those things. Yeah, you just have to deal with it, don't you?
It's so weird the way that can happen though. Like, and then you could be like doing.
You could do 2 in one night.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I could be gigging with you somewhere, and then like I could absolutely tank somewhere, and you could see it, and then like we go to the next comedy club, and you could just like be one of the best gigs ever with the exact same material. I think there's just so many what you call it? Like there's so many factors, variables that can be different from room to room. Like,
what do you want to do it for? Why did you start wanting to do it? Are you like a finance bro?
I was in finance. Yeah, I quit my job last July.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, oh.
But when did it start? Where did you start doing it?
Well, my mates told me I should do it when I was on Erasmus. Believe it or not, I did Erasmus in Warsaw in Poland. Have you ever been to Poland?
No.
Have you been to Warsaw?
No.
Obviously not if you haven't been to Poland.
Good hosting.
Right, well, you're interviewing me now, so
why not?
Yeah, you can switch it up. You've done this before. He's a pro. Well, sure. Yeah, well, I did my Erasmus, and then my mates from like the Netherlands and Germany were like, "Oh, you should do comedy," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I should do." I thought I was going to be in a band.
Right.
That's guitar, and
we're in an Oasis t-shirt.
Yeah, well, yeah. Actually, do you like Oasis? No.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah,
I was there at the beginning. I was a child.
Oh, you were
an
OG.
Yeah, I was a child, but like, yeah.
Did you go see them in Croke Park?
No, because I was in Edinburgh. Or whatever it was.
You were actually. Yeah, because I remember they were actually playing in Edinburgh when we were there as well.
Yeah,
in Murrayfield.
I was relieved when that happened because I was like, oh, I can't go. Because I would be so scared about I have to go, and I'm not going. Great.
Yeah. I went to see them in Manchester. It was class. I went on the first night in Manchester. It was very good.
That's the spot to see them.
That was the spot to see them. They came out and Noel started crying. Yeah, which is cool.
I think he's a miserable bastard.
Yeah, he is a miserable bastard, but I enjoyed that about him though.
You like them?
I like a miserable bastard. Like, he's funny. Like he is a miserable bastard, and he's like grumpy all the time, but it's like funny.
Okay,
sometimes, you know what I mean? Well, like Liam and him are just a good combo. Like, but they come out on stage, and I think Noel started crying in one of the songs. It's pretty cool. And it was really nice weather, but I didn't get to see them in Croke Park. I actually tried to get tickets for Croke Park, and I got through the thing. It was like €700.
It's sick.
Yeah, that was scandalous. Like,
this is a different world, but that happened to me with Kylie Minogue, and I said, no. I'm not doing it.
Where was Kylie playing?
I was trying to go for Glasgow, is where I was going for. I think it was, but like I did it. I remember everyone moaned about that for Oasis, and I was like, oh, whatever, sure. And then when it happened to me, I was like, hey, this is a real problem. We need we need legislation for this straight away. Because I miss Kylie Minogue. She played Electric Picnic, and we were in Edinburgh. It was the one year that they did Electric Picnic early because a Coldplay concert was on in Croke Park. Yeah. So they put Electric Picnic on early, and I missed it. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I actually enjoy a bit of Kylie Minogue as well. What's that song she has?
She has a lot.
Yeah, she does have a lot. She's Australian, isn't she?
She's yes. That's the first thing by Kylie Minogue, Australian.
What's that song that used to play in did you ever watch Skins years ago?
Yeah.
The song they used to dance to, I think it was Kylie Minogue. In my head, or Get Out of My Head.
Can't Get You Out of My Head. Yeah.
La, la, la. Anyway, Oasis was good.
Oasis was good. So you were being a finance bro.
I was being a finance bro, and then I left last July because I was like, do you know, like I remember like sitting in the office one week, and I was just like, do I want to be here in like 30, 40 years?
Yeah.
Probably not, like, you know. And then I was like, fuck it. I was doing comedy alongside anyway, and I was running the comedy club, so it made sense that I was just going to quit.
But where did you start doing it? Because I heard of you, and you just were like a fella running clubs already, and I never gigged with you.
Yeah, I just did that fairly swiftly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started in the Halfpenny. Did you start there as well?
No.
Where did you start?
My first gig was in the Comedy Cellar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, weird.
Okay, you started off.
Well, they used to have a cellar on a Tuesday as well. That was like a newer material kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they used to have a Tuesday. So they did the Tuesday cellar. Maybe it'll come back now that the cellar has new bosses.
Yeah, new ownership.
But yeah, that's where I did mine, and the next one was Cherry.
Okay, yeah, I did my first one in the Halfpenny, and like I remember I just drove up from Cavan. I only got back from doing the Erasmus in Warsaw, and I drove up from Cavan, did the gig. It was like 10-minute sets as well. For your first ever set, like
that's a lot.
It was crazy, but you didn't have a clue what you're doing, so you didn't even know if you were bombing or not.
But it all changes. I like that thing. People think it's like, that we just get up for a while and get off, but it's like strict. You should be strict on your time, and you start off 5 minutes then, or 7 minutes, and then 10, 15, 20, and then 25, 30, 40. But like the other day, I had to do 8 minutes. That's and I was like, how the fuck do you do?
Yeah, how do you do that?
And I did 9.5. I went over, but I was like, how do you? And we were all saying it. It was like a gig for the people who were impacted by the racist fire in Belfast. The fires and the
stand up for racism, wasn't it?
Stand up for racism. And we were all saying, I was like, what the fuck do you do for 8 minutes? So I can't remember. Whereas I remember doing. The first time I did 20, I was like, 20 is the longest time in the world. I was like, how am I going to fill 20 minutes?
Yeah. 8 minutes is wild. I found going from, so last year I did the first time doing an hour. Doing an hour is so much different than doing like 20 minutes, because I find for the other sets, you're kind of like blitzing it, aren't you?
Yeah.
But an hour, it's like, you can't just blitz it. Because
no, you have to have time for quieter time. Yeah.
Oh God, I might go out last year in Edinburgh. Like I did 26 solo shows in a row, and I had like 2 bad ones. And one,
that's good, right? That's a good rate.
But one was going well, and I was like blitzing it like at the very beginning, and I was going so fast as if it was like a 20-minute set in a club or a 15-minute set. And then it got to like 25, 30 minutes, and I just lost it. Like they were just exhausted, I think.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, you can't. I was keeping the energy up here the whole time instead of going up here and then down here. Do you know what I mean? So I was like,
I think there's an element of they will feel what you're feeling.
Yeah.
So if you're trying so hard to keep it really frenetic, unless you're one of those like clowns or whatever, it's very hard.
What do you mean, like a clown?
Like a proper clown. I mean, I don't mean like a circus clown. No, not them. You know, in Edinburgh, there's people who do like
clowning.
They're like their background is clown. Zach Zucker, he's a clown, and so like those people who do that kind of thing, they have a different skill set, and they have like a whole training. They're a whole other thing than we are. They're similar, but they have a whole more depth to it. So if you're them, they know how to manage that energy being 100 and 10 out of 10 for an hour.
Yeah.
They can do that. But I think for stand up where it's just talking, like for the most part, you have to have bits where you have to slow it down and then pick it back up again. But then I've done 3. I'm on just about to start my 4th full hour, and I still am now doubting. I still go, that's very quiet for a long time. Like they're perfectly fine.
The
people are fine. I think of shows I was at where like there's quite a lot of quiet and then some laughs and then some laughs later on. But even when I'm doing the previews now, and I'm like, that's an awful long time there. That seems very long without a laugh. Yeah. And I'm having to go and watch the videos. Now when I watch the videos, I go, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's so fine. Weird. Like still keep working on it, but like, and get it how you want it. But like, I'm thinking, so it never stops. You start off your 5 minutes to your 8 minutes to your 10 minutes. That's very stressful. And then even though now I'm doing, an hour-long show, and then in my tour it'll be 75 minutes. There's still reasons to be stressed about it. I find it hard to really enjoy it.
Yeah, it is.
I find it hard to enjoy it and love it, even though I do love it. I kind of love the community of it as well. I love that we can all be shitting ourselves and no one makes fun of each other for that. You know, that kind of way? Like no one minds. I love all that stuff. But I sometimes find, and then every now and then I'll have a gig that I absolutely just adore, and I go, oh yeah, okay, this I remember.
I seen like I read the book for Steve Martin's book, Born and Standing Up, and he said,
is that the one about his whole life? The kind of early autobiography. Yeah, I read that too.
Yeah, it was good. But I remember there was one part in it where he was talking about when a comedian's up there and he's like being really funny and he's being really quick, and maybe he's riffing off the crowd, he's doing a bit here. You're looking at him going, oh, he's like loving it up there. But he's like, I'm actually working so hard.
Yeah.
He's thinking like, what's next? Blah, blah, blah. So it's like you're up there, like you're working like.
I think that's when you start to get good at it, when you have, it's like, I've seen a lot of videos on TikTok recently where they show the production office or whatever it's called on TV studios. Yeah. So you see the people when you see what's being said into the presenter's ear. So their presenter is presenting on, talking out loud, and in their ear they're going, okay, we're going to break in 30, and they're roll that, and we're going to there and pick up that, and they're saying all this stuff into their ear. So they're doing both at the same time. And stand up is like that as well, where you're saying stuff out loud, you're trying to keep it fresh, you're trying to make sure it's live and everything, and then in your own head you're going, what'll I do? Have I forgotten that? What'll I do? I need to move that. I've said the wrong word there. Like I remember one time I said the wrong, I snuck out, I fell out of my mouth a word that was kind of too crucial to the punchline. I said it in the wrong place. So then in my brain, it was the thing I've done 100 times, and I was like, have to change. So when it comes to the right time to say that word, I have to change that because they'll know. So usually it's this joke where I say, it's a joke about when I was in school, they told us in first year that like if you get a boner thinking about a boy, that doesn't mean that you fancy him. It just means that you admire him.
Yeah.
And you like to be like him, right? So they told us this, which is like. Yeah. And so that word, that means you admire him. And along the way, I said admire too early. Instead of saying fancy him, I said admire him. So then I was like, so when I get to this punchline, I can't say admire again because then they'll know. So I changed it to respect him.
Yeah.
And you have to think that really fast.
Yes, it's
so
mad,
even though you're still talking here, the brain is, you're having a conversation with yourself. I just think that's fascinating. I'll never stop being fascinated by it.
That's mental. Like, and I've had stuff like that as well, where you just, like, or even when you, like, even especially that your brain's going 90, even when you're hosting sometimes, and you might say something to someone that's a bit too, like, on the bone. Like, it's funny, but you might have offended them slightly.
Yes.
So you go over and then you come back to them and you're like, aren't they lovely? Like, a lovely couple?
Give them a round of applause.
Just because you're like, okay, they might be sitting there going, that fucking bastard said that about me.
Yeah.
Even though everyone laughed, but you still want them to have a good time. So you come back to them, like, and you're like, oh, sure, aren't you? Look, she's a lovely woman, isn't she? Or look at that handsome man there, or the gorgeous woman in the front row. And then you're just like, okay, right, they're back on side and then they're having a good night then again. But what were you like in school? Like, were you like chatty and messing or quiet? Or
I was in the classroom quiet, so very quiet. I was in primary school, absolute darling angel. Lick arse, good boy, wants to make teacher happy. And then in secondary school, I hated it. I hated school in secondary school. And then, but I was quiet in the class, but I used to do impressions for the lads I had. So I used to do impressions of the teachers and stuff. I did a few little bits, and I used to do like of TV. I used to do Ashton Kutcher because Punk'd was a big show at the time. So I used to do. I remember doing impressions of Ashton Kutcher, and then for some reason I don't know why this happened, but the principal was standing beside us. It was that little break where we stand, and he was there, and it was like a conveyor belt where all the boys just disappeared, and then I had to talk to the principal then for ages about my future. It was fucking bizarre. It was really weird.
Do you go to an all boys or a mixed school?
An all boys school, which I think should be abolished. I do think there's room for like doing things as as the all boys, doing things as all men, as all women, whatever. But I think there's space for that, and I like that. Yeah, I'm a guy's gay, right? So I enjoy like at this stage in my life. The boys from school who I see, we have a dinner at Christmas and we get absolutely twisted. And I love that night of the year. So I do love the boys. But I don't think they should have it for school. It's completely, why are we like, when you just take a tiny step back and we go, what are we doing that for?
Yeah, it's mental.
Imagine there was girls and boy workplaces. Yeah. Like it's fucking nuts.
I always find lads who I went to a mixed school, but sometimes the lads used to go to all lads schools, like, do really weird stuff, like
deranged
stuff like poo and shit. Like they're obsessed with shit.
Yeah, we didn't have that now, thank God.
This is in the Cavan schools anyway. Like, or even like you hear about like the posh boys' schools in Dublin, like Soggy Biscuit and all that stuff. That's why do lads when they come together do that. But then you also hear about women in the all women's schools being really bitchy to each other. Like insane.
But they do mad things as well. Yeah, I think we forget that like teenage girls are also mad.
Yeah,
like boys are gross and everything, and it's much more fun to talk about boys because it's like I just think it's funnier. But like girls do mad things as well. They have good crack as well.
Yeah, they have good crack. Yeah, I always just found I used to think that it was like if you're in a mixed school, the lads used to keep the women in line because lads would be like, stop being so bitchy. I used to think like, so if the women were like being really mean to each other, they'd be like, oh, cop on. But then if the lads are being really rough, women would be like, oh, will you stop? Like,
I saw that someone did a video the other day where she said to her husband, she was like, told him the best piece of gossip she'd heard all year, and he replied, well, that's none of our business, we should keep out of it. And I just like, oh, what a dry shite.
Dry fucker.
I don't know, I just think it's better for the world if all the people of the world can sit together and learn together. Like, Jesus,
definitely,
it's crazy.
There's some weird carry on.
Like, it's like okay, it's not, and I shouldn't even commit this to audio, but like, it's like apartheid. It's like there is a relationship to it in my brain. It's like there's maybe less violence or that kind of thing, or hatred at its root, but it is completely ridiculous. The ridiculousness of that going like, you go there, you go toilet there, you go toilet there. It's like it's just crazy to me.
You think you should all just share the one toilet? Like?
Not the toilet. I don't know why that was an apartheid thing. I was trying to. I don't know why I started with the apartheid metaphor. I don't know why I've done.
No, it makes sense. Like, but it is really weird. It's definitely bad for like. I think it's like your psychology at that age as well as an adolescence.
Yeah,
just rammed in with a load of lads like.
And young people are so curious, and they'd have a lot of that curiosity answered, and they can relax a bit if they were just together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's absolutely mental. Like, and then when you were like, same as that, as like, when did you be like, oh, I'm going to do comedy?
I had this kind of, I didn't go, did you go see it? Like, did you ever go?
No, actually, very, very little. Probably like, no, I just watched clips online.
Yeah.
Of Tommy Tiernan growing up. That was it.
Yes, everyone had those Tommy Tiernan DVDs and Darrell Breen and Deirdre Kane. We all had those things.
And a bit of, what you call them, Des Bishop's, some of his stuff as well.
Yeah. There was a few. The full shows I'd seen. I'd been to a comedy club twice before I started comedy. 2 times. One because a friend of mine was in a sketch group at the time, and I went to go see that. And then I don't think I'd actually that's the only. I think I went once to a comedy club. I can't think of another. And then I saw the full Des Bishop tour show, and a Maeve Higgins one. That was it. That's the only time I'd ever been to it. So I didn't know, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't really know. I'd seen on TV, Live at the Apollo, all those things started when I was a teenager. So I'd seen those probably around that time. I don't know. It's just kind of this vocation. I just was like, I think I could do that. I just always thought I could do that.
Yeah.
And then you just go for it.
Did anyone say like, oh, you should do that or not?
I don't know. I can't remember that part now. Did people say like, you should be? A lot of people say that their friends say that to them.
Yeah.
I think of friends who I know. The funniest people I know aren't comedians.
Yeah.
And it's a different thing. But I wouldn't want them to be either. There's people I know who are so funny. Yeah. And I'm like, I wouldn't like them to, try and bottle that into a fucking, or squash that into a comedy set. I just want them to be funny by themselves. So it's not like that. I don't know. I would never tell anyone to do stand-up anyway. But I think, I no, it wasn't friends thing or whatever. I didn't tell anyone I was doing it. I just went off and did it.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of a niche thing, isn't it, as well? Comedy. It's not, not now, but I find it's not like, oh, he's gone off to join a band. Or it's not exactly he's gone off. It's not as bad as he's gone off to join
it's hard to admit that because you're like, one, I think I'm funny. Like, that is such a mad thing to say. But that's very weird. No one says that. No, you say it to your immediate friends, whatever, but you're not going to say it to everyone.
You're making a statement.
You are making a statement. You're like, I think I'm funny, and I don't not also think I'm funny. I think I'm clever enough to do that, to get up on. Like, that's mad.
Because I quit my job. Well, I quit football as well, which is massive. Like, GA football's massive where I come from, like the club, the parish, everything. And it was almost like I was like coming out like to my parents. I was like, Mom, Dad, I'm gonna quit football.
Why did you quit football?
Because I didn't have time. Football is so like, it's so time consuming. You'd be training like 4 or 5 times a week, like 4 or 5
and you have to be training together.
You have to be, yeah. It's like, and that's club football. That's not even county. Like, that's not as big.
But is there not some kind of, can you not play some kind of more relaxed football team?
Oh, I could, but I wouldn't really be arse, to be honest. Right, I'd rather just play either like do that or not do it at all, to be honest. Like,
but do you not miss it then?
I miss playing the games. Definitely miss playing the games, and I miss meeting the lads and stuff and that. But it's not like it's like it's a job nearly. It's all consuming. So it's like it's not.
Even you're just the clubs. Even just for your local club.
Yeah. No, senior level. Yeah. So we'd be like the top level. But you're probably thinking like, oh, a bit of training here, a bit of games there. It's actually not like that. It's like you'd be training Tuesday, you'd be doing a gym session Wednesday, you'd be training Thursday. It's actually like your whole life. Like,
a gym by yourself?
A collective gym session if you're at home. If you're away, you have to send a picture. You have to get a sneaky little picture.
Jesus.
Yeah, you're just like, well, you wouldn't be flexing your bicep now because you wouldn't get away with that in the group chat.
Yeah.
But you'd have to, sometimes I remember taking a
picture.
You'd
have to do it in a way that you're getting it in without...
You want to look big, like. You want to let the rest of the lads know you're big.
But they know you in real life.
Yeah,
you know what size each other are.
Look at me, lads, I'm bigger than everyone here in the group. So you have to post that in. It's funny, I remember taking a picture before, like, and a lad was like, getting changed in the background, and I looked like a pervert, like, because I was like,
yeah.
He was just staring at the thing.
Well, I don't mind that. You know, the gyms have now no photographs. They say they're
yeah.
I don't mind taking your photos. I know that's part of it and your progress and all the rest.
Yeah.
But be careful.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
Like, it makes you feel really weird when someone's doing it. You're am I in that? Like, am I arse and penis in that picture? Like, people are naked in there. Like, it's just.
You see people setting up cameras as well on a tripod. You see that? So
in the dressing room?
No.
On the gym floor.
That'd be wild.
You should get your membership cancelled if you're doing that. That's a different. That's an OnlyFans situation.
You should be on some sort of register if you're that crack. But you'd see people like setting them up on the gym floor, and then they'd be like they're doing their exercises, like, and then you'd like walk by, and you'd be like, you know you're in it, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hate that. I understand the thing of people wanting to film it and watch the thing. I watch my gigs. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I don't. I just don't want to be always in everyone's video. I was in a gym class one time and they put up a video of the gym going, hey, look at us, they're doing their circuit class tonight right now. Woo! And I was like, take that down. And I had a fight with the woman on the desk because I was like, take that down. I was like, I didn't agree to be in your video.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're not here to promo the gym. We're here to be in the gym. We had a big row about it. And she was like, if it's a class where we film, we will put a picture. And there's supposed to be some little picture.
Or something.
Yeah, somewhere. Or a picture of a camera when you book it. And I was like, I booked it. There was no camera. You're lying. Take it down. On principle, I just wanted it down because I don't want us all to be in videos all the time.
Yeah.
I think of like my own attitude that's shifted. You know, you see people now and they are, when they post, I don't like people posting videos of other random strangers on TikTok and stuff. But I think back, you know, you get your memories, your phone shows you. I was putting up years ago, I would have been like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like years ago, I remember took a picture of an old man at the bus stop and I was like, this man's listening to on a cassette Walkman, mad. I was like, why did I need to, why did you need to share that with anyone? Like, just notice how interesting, a Walkman, haven't seen that in a while. Just notice that by yourself. Don't post him on my Facebook. Really weird shit. The culture have that has all shifted, but I get why they want to film it.
Yeah.
If it's for vanity, fuck off. But if it's for working on your form and your body, fair enough.
Yeah.
But like, do you need?
Yeah. I sometimes I'd be like, oh, that's funny over there. I'll take a video of that person doing something. And I'm like, it feels like raw. It feels like low hanging fruit or something.
Yeah. I just think don't do it.
It makes my skin crawl. Like if I post that, it's like, like that's so not fair.
Yeah.
Someone else, but
imagine how, like, I love videos of people falling. I love them. Yeah, but imagine you fell and you were one of them viral videos. It'll be so embarrassing.
Remember your man that fell over on RTE when he was walking his bikes?
Yeah, but he remains a mystery. It's incredible.
No one ever found who he is.
No one ever found who he is. But people know.
He probably went into hiding, I'd say.
I think he just got away with it. You know what I mean? Or he could have been. Do you know he could have been somebody who's just living in the country for a little while and didn't even know RTE was the name of the news station. You know,
I love that because it comes up to Christmas time. That video always resurfaces, which is gold. Like,
it is nice to be from a small country sometimes because you can have those things that everody knows.
There's a few of them videos. Like, I'm trying to think of other ones that, like, them videos that everyone knows, like, of Irish culture over the years. That's one of them. And then do you ever see the one of your man, when there's a man doing the driving test in Longford, do you ever see that? He's like, that's very funny. And he's like, do you not sweeten her up or something? And then the one of, do you ever see the one where your man's doing his Irish leaving cert and his mother comes in? For fuck's sake. Cadastu.
Where are you living?
I study, won't I? And then there's like a big picture of tits on the wall in the background.
I don't ever notice the tits. But you know, that's kind of dated because if you listen to what she says, she's like, you're on Sims on that. He's playing Sims. I'm on Facebook. And it's like, so those things, young people don't be on those anymore. I love her. I like that she comes in and she still has her scarf on. Yeah. She's come directly in from work where she's heard somebody else's daughter's doing really well. And she's like, doesn't have to, not a minute to spare. She's going up to Robert immediately. Yeah.
Study, won't I? Did you go to college then?
I did for a little while. I did 2 years, well, a year and a half-ish of English media and cultural studies in Dunleary. I did that for a while. I always thought I'd go back and do that. Or not that exactly, but I always thought I'd go back and finish, but just life hasn't worked out that way. I still think I'd like to finish it. I've no degree. I'm uneducated.
So you just finished that and then
2 years of that, and then I did a year of a course in drama facilitation. So like learn how to give workshops, in drama workshops. Did that, and then I worked in theatre, and then I worked in colleges. I worked in like several public service jobs.
Oh, okay.
So I worked in DIT and NCAD. I worked in them.
And you were like, I'm leaving to do comedy full time.
Yeah, and I think like sometimes comedians rush into quitting their job.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're doing that, but like, I think sometimes when people say I work really hard to get where I am, part of that work they mean is that they did another job.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. You have to make sure that you, like, I don't know, it's tricky. You start to get, and, you know, I was in a long-term relationship and I'm still in it. But like, you know, you're kind of like, well, we have a life and it's not just doing whatever I want. We're sharing a life. So I want to maintain what we have there and, you know, trying to make sure all those kind of things that, like, I remember when I started comedy, it was like, I was not worried about the job. I was like, I'll just do this. And then I don't know what my plan was, but I was like, I did want to do comedy all the time, but I was like, I wasn't too worried if that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I was kind of content to be doing my gigs. I was kind of content with that.
Tipping away.
Yeah, I kind of was. Yeah. And then during the COVID, then I got followers online from videos. So then after COVID, it was different. But I don't know. Everything's shift all the time. But at the time, earlier, when I was still working, I didn't mind. I mean, sometimes it was really annoying, like having to go work. Your job became a real inconvenience.
Oh.
When you're like, actually, I need to go to Athlone today, so I don't have time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't work past 5 today because all that kind of stuff, or being dragged. I was like, this is annoying. I have to run. I have to leg it. You know what I mean? I remember I could tell I had a good job where you could kind of be kind of casual about it. And I was like, it's all right if I finish at 3. And it was like, once your work is done, it was one of those kind of ones.
Yeah, I like them.
No flexi, but like, you know, that kind of thing. And she was like, it was kind of basically informal flexi time. And I was like, oh yeah, I have an appointment. And the appointment was, I was going on Ray Darcy on the radio. Like, so you're just kind of like, I kept that going for quite a while of like, just kind of getting away with this. But like, it does become annoying. And as you get older, then it's like trying to find time for your life as well.
Yeah. Oh.
There's no life. Comedy very all consuming.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I quit football and quit the job, is because like, I found it was, if it wasn't all consuming, I was just like, not really, you weren't like making much progress. Like,
you have to be demented about it.
You have to be demented about it, which is,
and it's annoying. But then I do worry about that. I'm trying to exercise again now. I kind of never stopped exercising after the pandemic, and I'm trying to do that again now, and I'm prioritizing that. But I'm going at 8 a.m. So you're like, okay, that's not going to interrupt any of my work, right? So that's fine. But then I'm bollocks because I might be gigging and might be out and driving home from getting back from Cork at 2 a.m. and then going to that at 8 a.m. and then I have to try and have a day and then gig that night as well. And I was like, but I worry about like my friends and my family. I'm like, I'm worried about all those relationships because I'm like, all I do is literally talk about myself all the time as a job. That's what I go off and do. And then I'm like, I'm not around. Like, I haven't missed any weddings or anything like that, really. But, like, I've missed things.
Yeah,
I've missed things because of comedy. Because I think you have to take a gig. If a gig is there, take it.
Yeah.
Even if it's a gig that's, you know, no money or whatever, you take a gig.
Yeah.
So I think...
I'd even say I'd be, like, talking about comedy all the time as well. And then, like, my mother would hear me talking about it and she'd be like, oh, my God. And she'd She's just, I'd see her going, oh,
is she raging with you a bit?
Probably, I'd say she's probably like, why can't you just get like a normal 9 to 5 and just be happy doing that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just tipping away, like just tipping away a 9 to 5 or something. Like, she'd probably way rather if I was just doing that. I don't really know. Like, I'd say she probably would. Yeah, she would. Like, she'd rather if I was just like an electrician or something.
Yeah. The peace of mind of that. Yeah. Like they'd be worried about it, I'm sure, our parents, like, going like, what are they doing? Why are they doing that? Like, it's hard, and everyone knows comedy is hard, or think everyone says, "Oh, geez, it must be so scary. How do you do it?" Yeah, and it is. Yeah, like it is actually. Yeah.
Because I was wondering if I had a child and he was like, "I'm going to do stand up," I'd be like, "No, don't do that, lad. Just do something else." Like,
yeah. These imaginary children, I have the same imaginary children as you. I'm like, no, I don't want you doing that. I want you to feel content. I want you to know how much money is coming and when it's coming. I want all that stuff. Get a house. That's it.
Get a house and just chill out, like, and stop. I would actually be the same because I know how hard it is, like. Or if they're like, I'm going to be an actor, I'd be like, oh Lord, no, like that's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I have a younger cousin who said something about he wants to be a stand-up comedian. He's literally just did his leaving cert, and I was like, No, like, or you can, but you can not till you're 29.
Yeah,
because that's when I started. But I'm like, you can try comedy if you want, but don't plan on it being the same as anybody else's. Everyone, like people who do very well based on luck some of the time, and all this kind of thing, or like, so it's like, I just wouldn't want start stand-up comedy if you want, but like you should do it when you're a bit older. What age did you start? Young?
21.
Yeah, see, what did you have to talk about? What age are you now?
20. Well, sorry, I started when I was like 22. Sorry, I'm 28 now. But I did like I started when I was like 21, and then there was like I did like a couple of gigs, maybe like 20 gigs. Then COVID hit. Then nothing for like I completely stopped.
Yeah,
and then I really went for it again like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
3.5 years ago. Like, but that's very humble for you to be like, oh. Like because like you'd be like doing really well, like you'd be one of the comedians. Like I remember when I was even like working in the office, I'd be like, oh, I'm doing comedy, and they'd be like, oh, do you know Shane Daniel Byrne? You're always just to give you a little plug there.
Thank you,
and
appreciate it so much.
But I was gonna say, yeah, you'd be like the picture of someone who's doing well, but you'd be like, oh, it's based on luck.
Like not always, but I think for me, the luck for me, I made one video that went really well in the COVID, and at the time, everyone wants to make funny videos now, right?
Yeah, but you're also a good comedian as well, though.
There's 1 billion. Yeah, I ended up having to, but I had to get ahead of myself. I had to speed up.
Yeah.
So when the COVID finished, I was being offered gigs that I wouldn't have been before, and I was being offered to headline shows and do 20 minutes and 25 minutes I wouldn't have done before, and I just had to meet that expectation.
Yeah.
So I was like, for me, that was it. And then like a lot of mental, like the Paddy Power Comedy Festival came back, and then I was like, the first time I did 1 gig at it, and then the next time I was doing a gig every night. I did 5.
Okay.
And then so that was like such a difference. But I just did this thing to myself. This is a crude metaphor, and I wish I want to change it, but I was like, I said to myself, look, my dick is big enough, right? Right. Which I shouldn't.
What about dick measure?
I know. I don't know why I keep coming back to dick. I need a better version.
You're basically saying like,
I'm able for this,
yeah,
of course.
I can do it. Like,
and you know when people say this,
massive cock.
Yes, that kind of thing.
Schlong.
Not that I care about anybody's dick, but or think the big dick is better than another dick, but I think it's using that scale to borrow from that scale of the bravado. And bravado is a trick anyway.
You need a bit of gusto.
Yeah, something like that. But bravado is a good word, because bravado is like, it's showy, and it's not real. It's a performance. And I was like, I'm just going to tell myself that I'm good enough to be able for this. And you know, when people talk about imposter syndrome, I think people should stop saying that. I think that is a waste of energy and time. That imposter syndrome, I know what they mean, but actually you have to just tell yourself, oh, this is what I feel. They're like, I can't believe I've got all these gigs. It's actually, this is what it feels like.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
Yeah.
You just, when you have these many gigs, it feels like this, and it feels like I'm only starting this or whatever. Doesn't matter. Or this big gig feels too big for me. That's just what it feels like. Imposter syndrome to me is just a waste of time.
That's it.
What and then what? It's like, I have such imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And there's also people who say they have it, even though they absolutely are delighted with themselves and don't. They think like, I'm the fucking best, and they're like, I'm so humble and modest. Like,
I think usually the best. Well, sometimes I find really good comedians usually are riddled with self-doubt and imposter syndrome. Because obviously some maybe not, but I find like some of them would be like, they'd be really critical like of their set.
I think you should be.
Yeah, no, dude, you should be. But I think usually, that's what I'm saying, usually the ones I meet that are class and really good are like so self-critical like. So,
yeah, I think you have to be. And I get told sometimes that like, don't be so hard on yourself, but I'm like, but if I'm not doing it, no one else will.
Yeah.
And, like, I have to be like that. I'm not going to ruin my life over a gig that doesn't go well, or struggling to get something off the ground, or trying to get a bit of a routine together or whatever. But like, I think it's important to pick out yourself and be like, that wasn't good enough, trying to get it better. I think that's the only way.
And what was the video actually that went viral?
Oh yeah.
Because I do remember some of your videos. I remember the ones like where you used to have the towel on your head.
I had a wig.
A wig, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
I had a wig, a good wig actually. Well, I ruined it, but it was good at the beginning, and it wouldn't be like, they wouldn't have it on now, the drag queens and the George, but like it was a good house wig, good quality. And it was the time in the week in COVID when people were kind of starting to get really pissy about wanting to open up their businesses. And I kept seeing videos for lots of women, it was like beauty and beauticians, and for lots of men, it was the gyms. And remember open the gym, the mental health. And it was like, okay, well, go for a run or whatever. But like, anyway, get a kettlebell, for out the back. Like, you can't be just demanding the gyms. There is still a virus, and I kept seeing these videos of these beauticians, and I just thought, beauticians and gym people or whoever it was, I thought, like, why do they all think they know better? Now that's a really outdated concept because everyone thinks they know everything now. But at the time, that was still felt kind of new. So I did a video of a beautician saying she wanted to open up her shop, and she worked in Shannon's Hair, Beauty, Brows, Nails and Dog Grooming in the Lower Kimmage Road. And it went absolutely nuts. And I had a normal Instagram start of the day, and I finished 12,000 people following me that day.
What?
So I went from like 1,000 to 13,000, something like that. Yeah. Which are small numbers by today's standards, because there's so many people making videos and making sketches and making well-produced, well-edited, great sound quality sketches. Whereas I prefer those days of like the homemade, especially in the lockdown, because it was like, at the first lockdown, you couldn't even, it was whatever you had in your house, because you couldn't go get stuff. You couldn't go get a wig if you wanted. Like, I remember like making costumes and stuff. I thought that was so fun, and that was part of the joke for me of the shit costume. So I loved I'm trying to make your house, which is a 1-bedroom cottage, into different locations. I loved all that. So I miss all that. But yeah, you just have to go with it then. When that happens, you're like, all right, go with it, keep going, make more videos. But I was still shitting it then. I must make more videos again, because I do like it. Man. I liked the
you made the EP one as well. That was funny. Well, you were like coming back after. Get ready. Oh, was it?
It was a guy. Something.
You got sick into the sink. You were like after coming back.
Yeah. First gym session after the puke, and then puke in the sink. Yeah. Oh, I love a puke. You should
start making them again.
I might start doing. This is advice I used to give other people. I was like, just make them, and then even if you don't post them, just make it, and then you'll post one eventually. I might start doing that. I've bottled it. I lost my nerve.
Yeah, you get back.
Everyone's doing videos now, and people
get back in the rhythm of it,
and people want it. People want more stuff to look at.
People want. You're describing there. People actually want. I found the more like ramshackly or less quick you make it, the
Do you
better.
reckon?
Oh yeah.
What about all these people like Al Nash, who makes these really good videos online, and now he gets cast in SNL UK?
Yeah, obviously, you can do that. Like, but you can also. I find TikTok is like. It's like if you put in more effort, it's almost like that's lame.
Yeah.
Lame. He tried really hard there, where it's just like, oh whatever. I don't even care if you like it. Like.
Yeah, I always found when I made the sketches that the ones that you did off the cuff really quick were the ones that did better.
That's so weird. I find that as well. If you thought about it loads, and it's like, it obviously comes across on the screen that you thought about.
Yeah, I'm much more impulsive than a writerly writer.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be sitting down going like any of mine. I never scripted anything.
What about do you write your jokes?
No, or like
it's kind of like right on stage. And
I do
bit of this and that.
Yeah, I do kind of loose ideas, and then I do all by hand. I don't do Word docs or anything like that. Yeah. So I keep a notebook. I keep an app on my phone for like anytime any possible what could be a concept of a joke. I try that down and then remember them and try and do. I just try and do.
Yeah.
I'll think if I can think of 3 things to say about the topic.
Yeah.
Then I'll do it and then just go for it. And I like to do all new at once. So rather than go in and sandwich it.
Like just raw dog it like.
Yeah, rather than sandwich in a new bit into the middle of your normal set.
That is risky business.
Yeah, but then I will do if something doesn't go well.
Yeah,
then I'll tell them, look, these are all new jokes. But I have jokes for that, and then I tell them I was like, and if anyone's not happy with that, I'll give you the money back myself. And I was like, and there was 4 comedians, so I'll revolute you, whatever. I do that kind of thing. So I have jokes ready for that, but I mainly let them develop and grow on stage.
Fair. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure to have a wonderful comedian and actor Daniel Byrne on the podcast this week.
I've enjoyed the chat immensely, but I'm so glad it's finished because I have to piss.